tell me, so I'm looking for congruency. First thing I want to know is what symbol do we use for congruency? Bruce is ready. Bruce, what symbol do we use for congruency?
Ma'am, we use those 3 lines. I don't know what they're called.
And what do they what does congruency mean? Like, what does it mean for things to be congruent?
When 2 things are the same.
Okay, when 2 things are the same. So what would have to be the same if we were looking at triangles?
Ma'am, the angles.
And
the shape.
Good. The angles, the sides, the shapes, they have to be exactly the same. Perfect. Okay, so for congruency, they have to be exactly the same. Okay, so that means they have to have the same angles and they have to have the same sides. Okay, we have got 4 cases of congruency. Who can put up their hand and tell me all 4 cases? Kira, yes, Kira, what are my 4 cases of congruency? Oh no, we can't hear you. That's so weird. We're normally able to hear you, Kira. Do you want to try and plug your headphones in and out again? And we'll try. I'm going to move down to Nolonwabo though. Hi, sweetheart. Can you tell me my 4 cases?
Okay, ma'am. It's SAS.
Beautiful.
SAA.
Good.
SSS.
Good.
RHS.
Perfect. Yes, great. 100%. Okay, that is congruency wrapped up. Now we're going to move on to similarity. So similarity. Similarity, I want to know what symbol I use for similarity, and I want to know what it means for 2 things to be similar. Kaylee, can you tell me what symbol I use for similarity?
Ma'am, it's 3 lines up.
Good, 3 lines up. Okay, and what does it mean for 2 shapes to be similar?
They must be the same angles or the same size.
Good, good. They have to have the same angles. And I'm looking for a very particular word here with the sides. It starts with a P.
Proportion.
Yes, good, nice. Okay, our sides need to be in proportion. Okay, so when we in similar triangles, one could be like much smaller than the other as long as our sides are in proportion. Okay, and I have 2 cases for similarity. Iman, can you tell me what those 2 cases of similarity would be?
Ma'am, angle, and side in proportion.
Good, perfect. Okay, great. All right, that takes us, we've sort of just summarized it again. We should be good. We're going to jump into some more similarity. We just learned how to do a similarity proof in the end of our lesson on Tuesday. So we're going to do a couple more proofs today. We're going to mix in some congruency, because remember in your test, it's not going to be like, this is similar, this is congruent. You have to know which is which. So we're going to mix them together and we'll see how we go from there. Okay. Before anyone panics, our TA today is Lebo. That is our lovely TA.
Hi, everyone.
Don't stress. Yolanda is just busy graduating. She will be back next week, and she promises us photos of her graduation. But a big thank you to Lebo for standing in today so that we are not stranded. Okay. All right. Top achievers in the quiz last week. These are our amazing little munchkins. That's the wrong set of munchkins. Where is my right set of munchkins? Oh no, I've given away your brain break. There we go. That's our right set of munchkins. These are our top achievers in the quiz last week. Very, very exciting. Nice job, guys. I know. I'm so sad that I ruined the brain break. Okay, but if you saw it, you've got to keep quiet. You can't say it. You have to keep it a secret because I'm so sad about that right now. Okay, good. Madao and Kira, I'm trusting you to keep it on lockdown. So depressing. This is what happens. Try and do too many things at the same time. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. Everyone who is on this list, you did really, really well. The test last week was quite tricky, so I'm very chuffed with all of you. Nice job. Okay. All right. Let's jump into some of these questions. So first one that we are going to look at. We have to first prove that the triangles below are similar, and then we're going to find our value of x. Okay. So when we are looking at this, how do we start a similarity proof? What is the first thing that we have to do? What is the first thing we have to do when we start our proof? Remember, it's the same for congruency. Yes. Singa, can you tell me what the first thing we're going to do is?
Ma'am, I think you have to do the intro that in triangle, for example, in triangle ABC and triangle EFD.
Perfect.
Like
well, be careful. So in triangle ABC, I love. What's our second triangle?
EFG, ma'am. Oh no, DEF. Sorry,
DEF. What F are you looking at here?
ma'am. In triangle. Oh, sorry, ma'am. I was making an example. I didn't refer to the sketch.
Oh, I was like, where is this F coming from? Okay, looking at these
In
triangles.
triangle ABC and triangle ADE, ma'am.
Beautiful. Perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. The first line, what we're wanting is we're wanting this introduction line. So we're just trying to say which two triangles we're dealing with. Okay. So we've got triangle ABC, which is our first one. Okay. And then we have triangle ADE, which is our second one. All right. How many reasons do we need now? How many reasons do we need? 3. Good. So we're going to need 3 reasons. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to end with our conclusion. Okay. So our conclusion is going to end with triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE, and then we are going to give our reason. Okay. All right. Let's start. Reason number 1. Suggestions. I'm open for it all. Reason number 1. Bruce, yes.
Ma'am, in reason number 1, both triangles have 90-degree angles, if not mistaken.
Perfect. Okay, so we could say angle B is equal to angle D. And if you want to, you could say it's 90, but you don't have to. What would my reason be for saying that?
Ma'am, I forgot.
Did you have to work out anything to find it? Or did you just see it? No, don't panic, don't panic. You just saw it, right?
I just saw it, ma'am.
Okay, so if you just see it, then what's our reason?
Ma'am, opposite.
No, but this is good. If you just see it, if it's just being given to you.
Given, ma'am. Given.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay, so if you don't have to do any working out, if you're just seeing it, then that's all we have to write.
Okay, ma'am.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, Unati, can you tell me reason number 2?
Ma'am, is it angle C is equal to angle E?
Angle C is definitely equal to angle E. What's my reason for that?
Given.
Beautiful. Okay, now for the third one, you can write 2 different things. So I'm open for 2 different answers here. Singa, can you help me with my last one?
Yes, ma'am. So you can either do that triangle ABC is equal to triangle ADE, and you can say sum of angles in a triangle.
Okay.
Is it that, ma'am?
We wouldn't say
Or-
triangle, we would say angle A, but
Yes.
what would be our other one we could do?
You can say A is common, ma'am.
Perfect. I think in this case, let's go with A is common because it's just a bit easier.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Okay, so something is common if it is in both of our triangles. So A is in both our orange triangle and it's in our purple triangle. And so that means it is common. Okay, it means it's the same as what we found here is we found an angle, then we found another angle, and then we found a third angle. So our reason is going to be A. Where do you see an F? I don't see an F. I see no F. Unati, how can I help?
Ma'am, couldn't you have said BC is equal to DE?
Okay, so just be careful with that. BC is talking about the side and DE is also a side. So we couldn't say that BC is equal to DE because they're not the same length as each other.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay, now we have to try and find X. Okay. I'm open for suggestions. What do we think X is going to be? How do we think we could go about this? I did show you a slightly more complicated way at some point, but we don't have to stress about it too much. Nicole, that's great. Can you tell me why? Yes, Eunice, also great. Can anyone explain to me why these answers are right? I'm loving the answers that are coming in the chat, but why would it be correct? Why is it 4? Yeah, so Sipo, I'm also asking, huh? Okay. There we go. Okay, so if we have a look at our orange triangle and we have a look at our purple triangle, right? If I take that 3 and I times it by 2, I'm going to be given my 6. Okay, so if I'm looking at this length over here, I know that if I times it by 2, I have to get this whole length over here. Okay, so let's try and break this down a little bit like this. Okay, I'm going to draw 2 different triangles. Let me do it. Don't want you to stress too much. Okay, so I'm just going to draw these triangles. Basically, I'm just taking them off each other so that you can see what they look like when they separate. Okay, so this is my purple triangle. And what was my other color? Orange. This is my orange triangle. Okay. So we knew that this side over here was 3, and we knew that that side over there was 6. Okay. We know that this side over here is X. I want you to listen to this question very carefully because they like to ask this type of question in the words that I'm about to say in the test. What would the length of AD be in terms of X? So what would the length of AD be in terms of X? Who thinks that they can give me that answer? So think about very carefully about the way that I've worded this question. What would be the length of AD in terms of X? So that means I'm not looking for a number. I'm caring about X. X has to be involved. You guys aren't wrong. You're not wrong. I just want you to listen to the question very, very, very carefully here. What would be the length of AD in terms of X? Okay, so there's one of our first answers that is coming in with X. We've got 8X, okay? It's not 8X, but I like that X is coming into the picture. No, this in terms of X thing can be tricky, which is why I wanted to talk about it. So in terms of X's meaning, I'm not going to have a number as an answer. I'm going to have something which is going to involve X. X is going to be somewhere in my answer. Okay, we've got 4x, we've got 2x. I still don't see the answer I'm quite looking for just yet. Don't panic, Bruce. I promise I won't leave you stranded. I will explain this. Okay. Let's have a look here. I'm going to ask you a different question. Same idea. Okay. If I said that x wasn't an x, if I said that that x was a 5, for example, what would you say the length of AD would be? If that was a 5, what would AD be? What would be the length of AD? So no x here. So if I just told you that this distance here was 5 and this distance here was 4, then what would be my whole length of AD? Yeah, good. It would be 9. Okay, cool. So then if I said that that was actually 10, let's say I said that was 10, what would be my length of AD? Eunice, perfect. It would be 14. Okay, cool. Okay. So now my question is, what is my length of AD? But now instead of a number, it's an X. Think about what you did when there was a number there. Think about, there we go, it's a steeple, yes. Okay, super close. Okay, so we're not going to multiply them because think about this. If this was a 10, we didn't say 4 times 10. We said 4 plus 10. When this was 5, okay, we didn't say 4 times 9. We said 4 plus 5, which gave us the 9. So if this is an X and this is a 4, if I'm looking for the distance of AD in terms of X, it's going to be 4 plus X. So that is what AD is equal to. We can say AD is equal to 4 plus X. That is our answer in terms of X. So that is the answer to this yellow question over here. Is there anyone who's uncertain with what I've just written here, with saying that AD is 4 plus X? Or does this sort of make, don't worry about anything else right now. Don't worry about where the 4, just the only thing I want you to be certain of is that AD is equal to 4 plus X. Okay, Madal, can you try and explain why? Can you explain where you're sort of getting lost just with this 4 plus X situation? That's the only thing I'm worried about right now. Okay, cool. Now we're going to try and bring these thoughts together. Okay, so AD, we've just said it is in terms of X. So it would be 4 plus X. Do we see it? There we go. Good. Okay. So now there are lots of complicated ways we could go about working this out. We could make an equation. We could do all kinds of cool things. Or alternatively, we could think, well, this number over here has to be half of when I add that together. So for example, if X is going to be 4, then if I have 4 plus 4, that's going to be 8, and 4 is half of 8. So we could just look at it logically and see it like that. Okay. We could also make it into an equation, and we could work with it as an equation. We're going to be doing some equation work with it just now. But at the moment, I think if you can just see that the one is divided by the other, then it's okay. And so in this case, our X value would just be 4. Because if this was 4 over here, that would make AD 8. And 4 is half of 8. Okay. Guys, if you have questions, please ask. Pop your hands up. We're always happy to answer questions. If you're feeling a little bit lost, ask away. I don't want you to be sitting there stressing or panicking. There we go. Okay. Namaza, how can I help?
Sorry, ma'am. I'm really lost.
Why
How
are you
did we get-
apologizing to me for asking a question?
I'm really lost.
Okay.
How did we get the 4? Like,
How
I know
did-
that we added I know that we added 4 plus x, which would give us 4x, or 4 plus x, either or. But like, how did we get the 4 for the x centimeters?
So saying that x is 4. Is that where you're getting lost with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so think about it like this. Do you see how the one triangle is half of the size of the other one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we need to think this number over here needs to be half of that number over there.
Yes, ma'am.
So like, for example, if I made x 2, let's say x was 2, then this over here would be 6. And 2 is not half of 6.
Yes, ma'am.
If I made x 3, then this number over here would be 7. And 3 is not half of 7. If I made x 4, then this number would be 8. And 4 is half of 8.
I understand.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We are there. Yeah, math is not that bad. Exactly. Math is not that bad. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice. And we get there. Okay. Cool. Let's try a different one over here. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to have to show you a slightly different way of working with these, but I don't want you to panic. Please, can no one panic? Okay. I don't want you to stress. I'm going to show you something slightly different over here. These two triangles that you are looking at, they have told you in the sentence over here that they are similar. So they have told you that these two triangles are similar. And we have to work out the value of x. Okay, we have to try and figure out what the value of x is. So now this is a super important concept that I need you all to be super focused on. Okay, so make sure you focusing, get a piece of paper, get a pen, get something, but focus carefully here. When we need to figure out the value of x in a situation like this, we need to rely on ratios. Okay, and when we're relying on ratios, we need to work with this sentence super, super carefully. And that is why I have been stressing to you that these letters have to be in the correct order. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to take the first 2 letters of the first triangle and we're going to put them over the first 2 letters of the second triangle. Okay, so we're going to say AB over FD. And that is equal to. And we're going to take the second 2 letters and the second 2 letters. So BC over DE. And then we're going to take the first and the last and the first and the last. So AC over FE. Okay, that's our first thing that we're going to write. When we make this ratio sentence, we have to say a reason for saying it. And in this case, it is because triangle ABC is similar to triangle FDE. Oh, good. I'm glad that some of you have done this in class. Yes. So what? No. So these can be in any order. So like you could have BC over DE equals AC over FE. That's totally fine. As long as these are written in the right order, then it's fine. Okay. Once we've done that, we then just need to put in what information we have. Okay. So if I have a look at this picture, I know that AB is X. And I know that FD is 2,7. All right. If I have a look at BC, I don't have any information for BC. BC is just BC. Okay. And DE is just DE. I have no information for either of those. And then I'm going to say that that's equal to AC, which is 1,4 over FE, which is 2,1. Yes, sure. I'll go up so you can take a screenshot of that just now. Okay, when we get to this point over here, of these 3 fractions, so this is fraction 1, this is fraction 2, this is fraction 3. Which one of these fractions is totally useless to me? Which fraction do I not care about at all? Which fraction is just not going to help me? Good. Fraction 2 is not going to help me at all because there's no information in fraction 2. So we can just pretend that fraction 2 doesn't exist. It can go away. We don't want fraction 2. We are only going to care about the 2 fractions that help us. Okay. When I get to this point over here, who has a suggestion of what I can do? I'm now trying to figure out, I'm trying to find out this value over here. Who has a suggestion of what I can do? Let's see. Unati has a suggestion for us. Unati, talk me through what you think we can do.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
Do you cross multiply?
Yeah, that's a great start. Okay, so we can say 2, 1 times x is equal to 1, 4 times 2, 7. Now I'm still trying to get x to be alone. So what would I do in my next step, Unati? Where would I go to from here?
Ma'am, would you first time the 1,5 or with the
You can.
2,7?
Yeah, you can definitely
then
multiply those.
after you divide it by the 2,1.
Good. Sorry, guys, we're going on a little walk around my flat because I need to go and grab my calculator. We're just going on a little adventure. Okay, great. Okay, so let's do that now. Unati, have you got your calculator with you?
No, ma'am, I'm also looking for mine.
No, so we're both calculatorless. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 4 times 2, 7. That's going to give us 3,78. So we're going to have 2, 1x is equal to 3,78. Okay, where do we go to from there? Exactly, Dora the Explorer. It's exactly how I felt. Now I'm trying to get x.
Ma'am, you divide by 2,1 on both
Good.
sides.
I'm going to divide by my coefficient of x on both sides. And what am I going to get? I'm going to get 1,8. Okay. So this method, you can always use this method. So we could have definitely used that method over here when we had the x and the 4 plus x. We can always use this method. It's always available to us. As soon as we know that triangles are similar, we're allowed to use this method. And it's an easier way to find x when the numbers are really, really nasty. So if it's not like a situation where I'm just timesing by 2 or dividing by 2 or timesing by 3, then this is the best way for us to go about it. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about what you're seeing in this box? And then I promise I'll go up for those of you who needed the screenshot. Yeah, Bruce, how can I help?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, can you please re-explain the calculation that you just did?
Sure. Okay, so what we're going to do, it is complicated, but I promise the more you do it, you'll be like, oh, this isn't so bad. It just takes a bit of time. Because you actually have to think almost less because you just follow the rules. Okay. So we've already established that BC over DE didn't give me anything, right? Because BC, I have no values, and DE, I have no values. So I'm just going to not write that fraction. All right. So I'm going to write AB, which is X, FD, which is 2, 7. And that's equal to AC, which is 1, 4, and FE, which is 2, 1. Okay. When I get to this point over here, you actually could just multiply the other side by 2, 7. But if that stresses you out, let's do it the longer way. First step then would be to multiply this up here and multiply that up there. So we're going to say 2, 1 times x, or you can just write 2, 1x is equal to 1, 4 times 2, 7. Okay, you don't have to work out what that actually is at this point. You can if you want to. You can also just divide that by 2, 1 and divide that by 2, 1. And then you just find out what x is. And then you can put this whole fraction into your calculator exactly like that. So if you're stressed about how to put that into your calculator, just use your fraction key and say 1,4 times 2,7, and then move down and say divided by 2,1, and you'll get your answer of 1,8. Guys, can we just keep the conversation in the chat about maths so that I can see when people have questions? Otherwise we lose them. And Albert, we don't talk about Instagram accounts on our chat. That's private information. Okay. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. I think let's quickly go down to a brain break and then we will try. It's okay. Thank you for apologizing. And then we'll come back up to this one and we'll do the next one like this. Singa, how can I help?
Ma'am, you said that this is actually now the longer way. Can I ask now, what is the shorter way?
So the shorter way is like if you have something with like a okay, hold on, let me draw something for you over here. The short way is, let's say I told you that this length over here, let's say I said that this length over here was 2,8, and I said that this length over here was 10, for example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We would be able to see that 1,4 is half of 2,8. So that means that X would be 5 because it would be half of 10.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the quick way. So the quick way we can only do if they give us nice numbers to work with. So if it's like a times by 2 times by 3 situation.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. But if they don't give us nice numbers like that, we have to go the long way.
Yes, ma'am.
I know. Okay, guys, we're going to jump into our brain break. For those of you who saw it when I scrolled down earlier, please don't spoil it for everyone else. Don't say what it is. The first one, at least, will still be new because it's something that you have to work out. But the second one, just keep it a secret if you know what the answer is. Okay. Okay. So we have got 2 brain breaks for today. The first one is a maths one. It's very similar to what we did on Tuesday. You have to tell me what the word is. Okay. And then the second one is one of those zoomed in pictures. And you have to tell me what the picture is. Okay. And that's the one that I think I ruined for a couple of people. All right. Brain break number 1. I'm wanting to know what this word at the bottom is. This word over here. I want to know what that word is. Can I shrink the screen? Yes, absolutely. Does that help? Cool. Yay, Nanette, nice job. Yes, Karen.
Nice one, Ninette.
Cool. Okay. First one is definitely read. Okay. Nice job for those of you who got there. Oh, Tracy, we can change it for you now. Shame. Well, like you were not getting the credit that you should have gotten there. There we go. Come on, hello. Don't panic. Okay. These ones are not as bad as they look. Let's have a look. So if we have a look at the first line, let's have a look at the first line over here. If we have a look over here, okay, we have something plus 6 equals 15. So that means that this is going to equal 9. And then we just have a look over here and 9 is A. And so that's going to be an A. Okay. Then if you look over here, 6 times something has to equal 6. So that means my burger has to be 1. Okay. And 1 is an R. So that's an R. And we have REA. And then what plus 1 gives us 9? That would be 8. And so our popcorn is 8, which is D, which is read. And that's the whole word. Let's see how the rest of you got there. I think quite a few of you got there, which was nice. You had Drea. I think that's a name though. I think that can be a person's name.
Yeah, I think it's a game.
Yeah. You're almost there. Okay, next one. Please do not say if you saw it, if you saw the answer, do not say it. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down to it. So it's a zoomed in one. I want to know what this is. All these answers that are coming in. Cotton candy. Definitely not cotton candy. Skeleton? Yeah, okay, so some of you got it very quickly. I think some of you also had been ruined for you, but it is definitely an eye. It is a blue eye. It is the eye of a human. That's when I saw this picture, I was like, that's so weird. But like, it's crazy, but that's your pupil over there. That's like the pupil. And then that's like what the rest of your eye looks like when you go super close. How crazy is that? That's what our eyes look like. It's weird. I find it very weird. Oh, Pelesa, you're standing in there for you, Linda. Thought it was an X-ray. Yeah, I know. I kind of see how it would look like a skeleton. Brown pupils look like mountains. Oh, you know what I'll do? Kara, I'll make a little note over here and I'll put a zoomed in picture of a brown pupil, the start of our lesson on Tuesday. And then we can see if you're right or not. Okay. Oh, no, I don't think I'll want to. I don't think I'll want to look at it under that much of a microscope. I think I'll be freaked out. Okay, let's look at this one. This situation, these two triangles, we have to try and figure out, first of all, we have to prove that they're similar. They haven't told us that they're similar. So we first have to do a similar proof, and then we have to find X. Okay, so I want you to think about what that's going to look like. Think about each step over here. Think about what we're going to write for our proof. And if we have someone who feels comfortable, it would be great if you were able to talk me through the proof from the beginning to the end. And then maybe we can have someone who can talk us through finding X from the beginning till the end. So if you're feeling good with these, you're feeling comfortable, let us know. Put your hand up for me and we can go through this one together. I'm just going to zoom in like that so people can see it a bit clearer. I'm wanting the full proof of these two triangles being similar. For those of you who are still struggling a little bit, we're looking at that triangle and this triangle. So your current goal is to write a similar proof for these two triangles. And I don't want you to panic. Don't overthink it. Think about what we've been talking about. Intro, 3 reasons, conclusion. Okay, so be careful with that. In this case, P is not common. That is a super, super, super normal mistake. Lots of people say that. P, it looks like P is common. I understand why, because you can see it's like it's on both of them. But the angle is not in both triangles. This angle here is not in that angle over there. So we can't say that P is common. The only time we would have a common angle is if our triangles overlapped like that in that angle. That would be common. Okay, Madal, great start. It's looking good. Oh, Naledi, do you feel confident to talk me through this from beginning to end?
Ma'am, I don't have the answer. Ma'am, I just wanted to ask if it was congruent with the PB, a common angle.
No. So P would never be a common angle in congruency or similarity here. In order for it to be common, it would have to be in both triangles, like the one on the left.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. K is equal to T. I like that. I like that. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, you're writing really good things in the chat. Just pop your hand up. Talk this through. If you don't get it 100% right, that's also okay. You know, we like hearing from you. Yeah, we can call this P1 and P2. Kitty, don't panic. I won't leave you stranded, I promise. Good. Number 2, yes. Get rid of this square. Okay. I'm going to start writing some of the things that you guys have been putting in the chat over here. So, first step, we do our introduction. In triangle. There were too many people that created maths. This wasn't one person to tender.
Yes.
KLP.
They all probably did anyway.
Well, yeah, I think most of them, the beginning people anyway. TSP. Okay, introduction. Reason 1. So first reason that I saw coming up was that P1 is equal to P2 because of vert up angles, which I like. Okay. 2. Next one that I saw that was really good was that angle L is equal to angle S because of alt angles when KL is parallel to ST. Okay. Reason 3. Reason 3, you can say that K is equal to T also because of alt angles, or we could say angle K is equal to angle T because of sum of angles in triangle. Okay, but just be careful. You could have also said this reason over there if you wanted to. Okay, we have our 3 reasons. So then we can say, therefore, triangle KLP is similar to triangle TSP because of A. And at this point, I want you to give yourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want you to let us know where you are at out of 5 at the moment. Did you get 1 out of 5? Did you get no out of 5? Did you get 2 out of 5? Give us an idea of how this question went for you so far. And you don't have to share it publicly if you don't want to. You can send us direct messages. Nice. Okay. Those of you who didn't get 5 out of 5, if you don't understand things that you got wrong, just let us know. You didn't write the A. Okay. 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 Next part of this question, we have to solve for X. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do this. We have to solve for X, but we are going to need to do it the way that we had just done the previous one. So I want you to be careful with those triangles in the order that we've written them, because you're going to need to write your ratios in the same way. So think about how we did that. For those of you who haven't done this in class yet, we're taking our first 2, then we're taking our second 2, and then we take our first and third and first and third, and write your ratio sentence. Kira, I think this is to answer the second part. Am I right? No, Kira, we still can't hear you. I don't know what's happening with your sound today.
Is her mic connected?
Yeah, I could. Her audio is connected because she's unmuting, but then no sound is coming. Oh no, Kira.
Oh.
Tegen wat zo. Let's see. Do you feel
Hi,
like you
ma'am.
can talk us through?
Ma'am.
Yes.
So like, ma'am, in the introduction by triangle KLP and triangle TSP, why didn't you put the similar sign there?
So, okay, in our introduction, we don't know that they're similar yet. We're just talking about which triangles we're looking at. So we would only have the similar sign in our conclusion. In our introduction, we're always going to have the word and. You're welcome. I know, Sarah. My time just disappears. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. So I'm going to give you until it is 10:02 to try and get this ratio fraction sentence looking somewhat useful. And then we're gonna chat about it, and we're gonna find X. Oh, Kira, pop your hand up again. Let's see if it works.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Ah, we can.
There's something
Yay!
wrong. Ma'am, I didn't have a microphone in or like earphones in. I didn't have nothing in. It was just like, I don't know.
So weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ma'am,
Yeah.
in triangle KLP and triangle PST, and in other KL over PS, and then I had equals LP over ST equals PK over PT.
Okay, let me just write this here. Okay, hold on, just give me a second. Okay, so we're gonna say KL over TS is equal to LP over SP, which is equal to KP over TP. And then I'm just gonna say similar to triangle TSP. Okay, cool. Next line.
Ma'am, I think I did it wrong, ma'am, because the first letters are KL and PS.
KL and
I think I did it wrong.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
just
so I
because
need someone else.
your orders just weren't in the right space. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. Yeah, but don't panic. Oh, Madal, should we try? Should we see if your sound is working today? Nope. So you just appear on me. Oh, there we go. Hello? No. Madal, we still have no success there. Nomaza, tell me what to do from this point over here.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry, I filled in the values that I got for KL and all the other ones.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So I said 3/5.
Good.
And then for LP, I just got 1/2 and then nothing because there was nothing on the other side.
Okay, so
I just said, so I just said 1/2 and then like I just put a dot there, but then I crossed it out because I wasn't going to use it either way.
So 1,2 over, I'm just going to write SP. Yeah.
Oh, sure. And then I said 1/x.
Perfect. Okay. So then we're going to do exactly what you said. This isn't going to help us, so we're going to get rid of it. And I'm just going to move my 1/x over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where do I go to
and then
from here?
I tipped in times.
Okay.
I said 3 times x, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that's right. That's right.
Which gives me 3x. And then I said 1 times 5, which is 5.
Good.
And then I divided 3x by 3.
Good.
And 5/3. And then I didn't calculate what?
That's okay. That's okay.
I
It's
didn't
one
cal-
comma.
I didn't calculate, but yeah, I
1,6.
went to go fetch my calculator for that, but
Nice. You did it though. You did it. That was perfect.
Well done,
Thank you.
Mother.
Nice job. Good work. Okay, so the first part over here was looking at how we prove that they are similar. And then the second part over here was using those ratios in order to find our missing side. So that is what you are seeing here in total. Lilia, I don't think so, but potentially it might be something I'm not aware of at the moment. Don't panic about finding the quiz. Lebo will give you the link as soon as you need it. It will be that, sorry, that's a 6. I see how it does look like a 1. 1,67. It's like 1,666666666. But we're just going to make 1,67. Linga, how can I help?
Ma'am, I just want to clarify on something. The first answer in the wait, yeah, ma'am. The first reason, ma'am, it was P1 equals P2 and then was vertically opposite. Could you not have said, ma'am, KLP and TSP then vertically opposite?
No. Okay. So this angle here and this angle here, they're not vertically opposite, they're alternate.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
So
okay.
we would have to use this reason.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Princess, is there anything I can help with? Hello? To answer your question, Naledi, no, at the moment it doesn't. I do think there are plans in branching out, but at the moment, no, just math. How did we get 5/3? We took this 5 and we multiplied it by 1. So 1 times 5 is 5. And we took this x over here and we said 3 times x is 3x. And so we had 3x equals 5. And then to get rid of that coefficient, we divided it by 3. And so we divided that by 3.